So, good morning, everybody. So, we started Othello yesterday. In the first 100 lines, at the beginning of the play, we see that Rodrigo is upset. Can you tell me why? Yes, that's right. Because Rodrigo was courting Desdemona and he had paid large sums of money to Iago to help him in his courtship. But what happened is he now learns that Desdemona has eloped with Othello. So this makes Rodrigo very, very unhappy and he is very upset. Iago is not unhappy. We know Iago is not unhappy. He has a sort of resentment towards Othello. You know the reason why, don't you? Good. Because he was expecting a promotion to the post of lieutenant. But what happened? Othello has passed him over. Othello has passed him over and appointed Cassio in his place. So he is very unhappy. He claims, he tells us that Cassio is much less qualified. As far as Iago is concerned, Iago, is a better soldier. He is an expert in the practical warfare. And what is Iago's estimate of Cassio as a soldier? He says, well, he is only a theoretician. He is only an academic. Only academic ability. And he has never led a regiment in battle. And he has no knowledge of military strategy. He has no experience. He is only a theoretician. And so he is not fit. He is not suitable. He is not the right person to be promoted to the post of the lieutenant. But still, even though Iago has a resentment, even though Iago does not like Othello, well, he says he will follow him. He will follow Othello. Iago will follow Othello. Why? Because he wants to carry out revenge. He wants to take a revenge upon Othello. He wants to destroy him. He wants to destroy his pleasure. Well, he wants to ruin him because that is not the only reason. Because as the play continues, we will realize that there are other reasons. Remember, he is a white man. Iago is a white man. He is a Venetian, whereas the other one is a black man, a black Negro, a black Moor. Well, that the psychological problem, the centuries-old psychological problem, between the white man and the black man. As far as the white man is concerned, well, the black is illiterate, uncultured, uncivilized. We know all these things. So these problems are also there. But above all, well, the immediate cause is this. What? Because Othello has passed him over in the appointment, the promotion to the post of, well, lieutenant. And what do? They go and wake up Brabantio in the middle of the night. Iago and Rodrigo, they go and wake up, they startle Brabantio. Why? Because, well, we know that, Rodrigo was madly in love with Desdemona, but, the love was never returned because she has no knowledge of it. She does not know. Well, she does not know that, there is a person who is, following her, and she doesn't even like her. So they go and disturb. They go and startle. They go and wake up Brabantio because they are trying to tell him. They are trying to tell him that his daughter has eloped with Othello. Number one. Well, they also want to destroy the happiness, ruin the happiness of Othello. So they are trying to tell him that his daughter, Brabantio's daughter, has eloped with Othello. And we know how does he react? How does Brabantio react? Well, Brabantio, when he was startled at midnight, well, he gets very angry. Why? What are you doing here? What the hell are you doing here? Why are you trying to disturb my peace of mind at midnight? This is not a good thing. But, Brabantio comes to the window and he doesn't believe. When he hears, when he learns that, his daughter has eloped with Othello, he doesn't believe. Well, and he tells them, he believes that, Iago and Rodrigo are telling lies. They're telling lies. So he says, he gives Rodrigo a warning. Well, look, I have given you warning. I have warned you several times not to come here, not to follow I am not ready to marry my daughter to you. So he thinks, Brabantio thinks that, Rodrigo and Iago are scheming once again. They're trying to see Desdemona. Now, I think this is where we stopped yesterday. Shall we continue? Is it clear now? Right, so we are in line number 100. The words are welcome. Faisal എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ആര്? ഫൈസൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ആര്? തുടങ്ങട്ടെ? Right. So it's Brabantio in line number 100. It is Brabantio. The words are welcome. So Rodrigo introduces, because it is night, they can't see each other. Rodrigo says, when Brabantio asks, who the hell are you? What are you doing there? Rodrigo says, my name is Rodrigo. Oh, the words are welcome. You are not welcome. I have charged thee not to haunt about my doors. I have asked you, I have told you not to come to my door and disturb me. In honest plainness, thou hast heard me say, I have told you very, very plainly that my daughter is not for thee. I am not going to give my daughter to you. And now, in madness, are you mad? Being full of supper and distempering draughts, after having filled your belly and after drinking enough, well, after drinking a lot of alcoholic drinks, upon malicious bravery, the courage, the false courage that one gets after consuming liquor, alcoholic liquor, malicious bravery, dost thou come to start my quiet? You have come here to trouble me? To disturb my peace of mind. To start means to startle. ശല്യപ്പെടുത്തുക. To startle my quiet, my peace of mind. You have come here to disturb my peace of mind? Then Rodrigo says, Sir, 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 please listen to me. Sir, please listen to me. Brabantio, but thou must needs be sure. See, you should understand. Thou must needs be sure. My spirit and my place. Remember my position. Do you know what I am? I am a senator. My spirit and my place have in them power. I am powerful enough to get you punished. I am powerful enough to punish you. If needed, if required, I can ask the police to come and arrest you and to put you in prison to make this bitter to thee. I can give you enough trouble. I have such a power. I'm such a powerful man. Rodrigo, patience, sir. Sir, patience. Patience, good sir. Please listen, sir. Please listen to me. Brabantio, what? Tellest thou me of robbing? What the hell are you talking? Are you telling me about robbing? What type of robbing? What is this? There is no such thing as robbing here. Because this is a civilized city. This is Venice. And remember, my house is not a grange. My house is not a farmhouse. Look, I am living in the middle of a city. I am not living in the heart of the forest. This is a civilized area. This is a civilized place. This is the city of Venice. And there is no such robbing. No robbing can take place here. No, you are lying. Rodrigo says again, most grave Brabantio, sir, in simple and pure soul I come to you. I have come to you sincerely, out of love, honestly. There is no lie. There is no lie. There is no betrayal. Nothing. Iago, zounds, sir, you are one of those that will not serve God if the devil bid you, because we come to do you service and you think we are ruffians. Iago intervenes. He tells him, by God's faith, zounds, by God's faith, by God, sir, you are one of those that will not serve God if the devil beat you. See, sir, we have come here out of love, out of honesty, and you call us ruffians? You call us rascals? You call us idiots? It's not good. You will have your daughter covered with a Barbary hose. See, if you don't believe us, your daughter is going to have sex. Your daughter is going to have, a Barbary hose. A hose. A ram is going to have sex with your daughter. She is sleeping with a Moor. We have come to report this. See, you will have your nephews neighing to you. Remember, your relatives, your nephews are going to be animals. Because look at the comparison. Iago is comparing. He uses all sorts of animal imagery, animal words. Because Iago never considers Othello as a gentleman. Because he's black, because he's Moorish, because he's a Negro. Well, they are like animals. So he calls him a Barbary host. Your daughter is sleeping with a Barbary host. And if your daughter sleeps with a Barbary host, what will happen? The children will be horses. And you will have courses for cousins and genets for Germans. Well, all of your relatives are going to be animals. Because your daughter is having sex. Your daughter is sleeping with cover എന്ന് പറയുന്ന വാക്ക്. That's a technical term. for, for the breeding of horses, for, mating of the horses. That's a covering of the horse. A horse is being covered means a horse is being mating. That is breeding. Cover എന്നുള്ള വാക്ക് technical term ആണ്. You will have your daughter. Look at line number 111. You will have your daughter mated, had sexual intercourse with a Barbary horse. The Barbary horse references to Othello. You will have your nephews neighing. Neighing is the cry of horses, because your nephews, your grandchildren will all be animals. Well, Brabantio gets very, very angry. What profane wretch art thou? You are a good-for-nothing fellow. You are an idiot. What the hell are you talking? Iago says, I am one, sir, that comes to tell you. I am an ordinary man, a gentleman, come here to tell you, to inform you that your daughter and the Moor is, Othello, are now making the beast with the two backs. Look at that expression, making the beast with the two backs, one back at the bottom and one back, the two backs on each other, one above, one below. Other is having sexual intercourse. Your daughter and the Moor are now sleeping. They are sleeping together. They are having sexual intercourse. They are making the beast with the two backs. Brabantio gets very, very angry. You are a villain. Iago says, sir, you are a senator. Don't forget. Brabantio, this thou shalt answer. I know thee, Rodrigo. I know you. Come on, tell me. Rodrigo says, sir, I will answer anything. But I request you, I beseech you, if it be your pleasure and the most wise consent, as partly I find it, that your fair daughter, your beautiful daughter, so let me tell you, your beautiful daughter, at this odd even and dull watch of the night, at this strange time, at this midnight, at this time, the time of midnight, transported, your daughter has been transported with no worse, no better guard, but with a knave of common hire, a gondolier. Your daughter has run away with an ordinary man, a boatman, gondolier. A man who rows a boat is a gondolier, a common man, to the gross clasps of a lusty Moor, a lustful, lusty, lascivious Moor, who is always eager to have sex, who always thinks of sex and sex and sex, lascivious Moor. This is what has happened. Your daughter has run away with a lascivious Moor. I have come to tell you this. If this be known to you, well, if you know this, and your allowance, if it is with your permission, then we then have done you a bold and saucy wrong. But I am sorry, I am wrong. If you are aware of it, if you already know this, and if this is done with your permission, I'm sorry, sir, I'm wrong. But if you know not this, if you are not aware of this, because you were sleeping, this is midnight, you were sleeping, the members of your family were sleeping, your wife is sleeping, your daughter is sleeping, everybody is sleeping. So this has occurred at night. If you are not aware of this, if you don't know this, my manners tell me you are wrong, rebuke. What you have done is wrong. Well, if you are aware of this, no problem, we are wrong. If you are not aware of it, well, you have rebuked us You have scolded us, and it is very bad. Do not believe that from the sense of all civility that I would play and trifle with your reference. Don't think that I am showing disrespect to you. Your daughter, if you have not given her leave, if you have not given her leave, if you have not permitted her, I say again, hath made a gross revolt. Well, she has disobeyed you. She has done you a very wrong, a grave wrong. She has given you a grave insult, tying her duty, beauty, wit, and fortunes. Her duty, beauty, intelligence, riches, everything she has given to a stranger, an ordinary man, in an extravagant, a wheeling stranger of here and everywhere. Straight, go inside, satisfy yourself, go and see for yourself. Please look inside. Look inside your house. See if she is in her room, if she be in her chamber or your house. If you can, please go inside, search your rooms. If you find that your daughter is inside, well, you can punish me. Let loose on me the justice of the state. I don't mind. You can punish me for thus deluding you, for misguiding you, for telling you lies. Please go inside and see if you can find your daughter inside. If your daughter is inside, well, no problem. You can punish me. Brabantio, oh, strike on the tinder, oh, light, light, give me light. Let me look inside. Give me a taper. Give me a candle. Call up my people. This accident is not unlike my dream. Maybe he had a dream earlier that his daughter would elope. His daughter would run away. Maybe he had a dream. Oh, this accident is not unlike my dream. Belief of it oppresses me already. Well, I don't like. I'm troubled. I am disturbed. I am a little bit upset by what I have heard. Light, I say, light. Give me light. So he goes, exit above. He disappears because he was standing in the balcony there. So he goes inside. Then Iago says, farewell. I must leave now. Because he understands. Because he doesn't want the Moor, Othello, to believe that he is behind all these things. So he has caused all the problems here. He has created all sorts of trouble here. He has woken up Rodrigo. He has discussed the matters with Rodrigo, and together they woke up Brabantio. They alerted him, gave him all the trouble, and the secret has been disclosed. So they have shouted. They have created all sorts of problems in the house. So everybody, they have alerted everybody. So everybody is up. Everybody has woken up in the middle of the night because a senator's daughter has eloped with the general. Well, the man that she eloped with, that is Othello, is not an ordinary man. He's a great man. He's the general. He's in command of the Venetian army. Well, so everybody knows him. So now this is, a big scandal. This is a scandalous issue. So everybody is up and awake. And now he says, well, let me leave you. I must leave you. I should not be here. Because the Othello should not know that I was behind all these things. So I will leave you. So please be here. I am going. I will go and join the Moor. It seems not meet. It is not proper. It is not good, nor wholesome to my place. It is not wholesome. It is not healthy. It is not advisable to be produced, to be seen against the Moor. No, it is not nice. If people believe that I am working against the interests of the Moor, well, it is not good for me. For I do know the state, however, the state, that is the city of Venice. The city of Venice, remember, he is the general of Venice. So the mistake, if it is a mistake, the mistake is done by the general, the army general. And the state Venice is very much in need of the services of Othello, because it was very, it was very, very difficult for the state of Venice to find a man as good as a soldier, as good as Othello. He was a very, very famous man, very famous. As a military general, he was very famous, and it was very difficult to find an equal. So they cannot do away with him. They cannot do away with the services of Othello. So Iago says, even if the state understands that, such a mistake as this has been done by Othello, they are not going to, the city-state, Venice is not going to dismiss him, because they need his services. This is what he says. Against the Moor, I do know the state, however this may gall him with some check, they might put some restraints, checks, some controls, that is all. Cannot with the safety cast him. They cannot cast him. They cannot throw him away from service. They are not going to dismiss him. Why? Because he is embarked with such loud reason to the Cyprus wars, because he is fighting. He is a good soldier, and they are in need of him, which even now stand in act, that for their souls, another of his fathom they have none. Another of his father, another man of his fathom, another man of his ability, another man of his, daring, his ability, and his stature, they have none. It is very difficult to find a man like Othello. As far as military, as far as warfare is concerned, it is very, very difficult to lead their business. In which regard, though I do hate him, as I do hell pains, even though I hate him, yet for the necessity of present life, because the situation is like that I hate him, but I should not show that I hate him. I should show him signs of love. Now he should think that I love him. He should think that I am faithful. He should think that I am faithful, I am sincere, I am dedicated, I am full of love to Othello. Even though I hate him, I should pretend that I don't hate him, which is indeed but sign that thou shalt surely find him. Lead to the Sagittary the race to search. So Brabantio is trying to search for, Brabantio is trying to look for Othello and Desdemona. So you lead them. You lead the search to Sagittary. Sagittary is the name of an inn. So you bring them to the inn. You will find them there, and there will I be with him. I will wait for you there with Othello. I will be standing with Othello. So you come with Brabantio. So farewell. So what happens? Iago exits. Iago is going to, after making all the trouble here, he is going to join Othello. So Brabantio appears. Where was he? He was inside to look for his daughter. Now he comes. Brabantio comes out and reports, well, it is too true and evil. Oh yes, you are right. What you have said is right. Gone she is. My daughter is gone. What's to come to my despised time is not but bitterness. Oh, it's very, very sad time. Now, Rodrigo, where didst thou see her? Where did you see her? Oh, unhappy girl, with the Moor, sayest thou? Are you telling me that she has run away with the Moor? Oh, who would be a father? And he is going to be a father? How didst thou know that it was she? How do you know? that it was she, it was my daughter Desdemona who ran away with, who eloped with the Moor. Oh, she deceives me. I cannot think of it. Past thought. I cannot think of it. What said she to you? Did she tell you anything? Then Brabantio orders the servants, get me more tapers, give me more candles. Arise, wake up, all my kindred, all my relatives. Are they married, think you? Do you think they are married? Is the marriage over? Are they married? Are they legally married? He's asking, Brabantio is asking Rodrigo. Rodrigo says, truly, I think they are. I think they are married. Oh heaven, oh God, how she got out. How did she go out of my house? Oh treason, a treason of the blood. It is a treason, a betrayal by relatives, because the daughter is cheating. The daughter is cheating the father. Treason of the blood. Fathers, he's exhorting the fathers, calling upon the fathers. Oh Achamare, from hence, from now onwards, do not trust your daughters' minds. Never trust your daughters. Oh fathers of the world, never trust your daughters' minds. By what you see them act? Is there not charms? Is it magic? This is not ordinary thing. It is impossible that my daughter has run away with him, out of her own will. There should be some black magic, charms, by which the property of youth and maidhood may be abused. Have you not read, Rodrigo, of such a thing? This is the work of magic. This is the work of black magic. Yes, sir. I have heard of that. I have heard of such things. Then Brabantio to servants, call up my brother. Wake up my brother. Oh, would you had her? To Rodrigo. Then now Rodrigo says, Rodrigo has approached Brabantio several times, asking for the hand of Desdemona in marriage. Please, I want to marry her. Please permit me. Please give me permission. Well, please arrange our marriage. I want to marry her. But in the past, whenever Rodrigo asked Brabantio for Desdemona, well, he never liked it. Brabantio never liked it. He got very angry. He got very wild with him, and he was not ready to. He never encouraged their marriage. But now he wishes, would you had her? Oh, instead of this, instead of the Moor marrying, the black man, the Negro marrying my daughter, I wish you had her. Well, I wish I had given my daughter to you, because you are not a Moor, you are not a black man, you are not a Negro, you are a white man, you are a European, you are a civilized man. I wish I had given my daughter to you. Some one way, some another. Some one way, some another. Come on, let us go in search of Desdemona and Othello. Some of you go this way and some of you go that way. Some one way, some another. Do you know where we may apprehend her and the Moor? He's asking Brabantio, where shall we find him? Where shall we find the Moor and Desdemona? Rodrigo, I think I can discover him. I think, sir, I can find him out, if you please, to get a good guard. Come on, get some good guards. Get some armed men and go along with me. Please come with me. Brabantio, I pray you, I request you, please lead on, lead the way. Go in front, we'll follow you. At every house, I'll call. On the way, I will alert everybody, every householder. I may command at most. Get weapons, and raise some special officers at night. We need the services of armed guards. On good Rodrigo, I'll deserve your pains. Well, I will give you, certainly I will compensate for your troubles, because you are taking a lot of troubles. I'll give you enough compensation. Don't worry. And they exeunt, they go out. And this is the first scene of the first act of Othello. So we know that, Iago tells Brabantio in very bad language. He uses very, very indecent language. Well, because your daughter is having sex with the Barbary horse, and you are going to have your grandchildren, all of them animals, because Iago uses all the languages, all the references that he makes about Othello is uncivilized, uncultured, boorish language. He tells him openly, Iago tells him openly, that his daughter, Brabantio's daughter, is having sex, making the beast with the two backs. This is what he says. And Iago believes that the state of Venice is not going to punish Othello, because they need him. It is very, very difficult. He is a very, very good soldier, excellent soldier. It is very difficult to find an equally great soldier, a great, as great a soldier as Othello. It is very, very difficult to find. So he knows that even though he has committed a mistake, he has committed a wrong, even though Othello has committed a wrong, the state is not going to dismiss him. And he now leaves. He says, after alerting, after disturbing, after upsetting the mind of, after alerting Brabantio, well, he says, I will go now, because I don't want to be seen with you people. I don't want to be seen against Othello. So you be here, you lead these people to Sagittari, the inn. I will go and join Othello, because I should pretend. Even though I hate Othello, he should not know that I do that. So I should pretend to be very, very, I should be very, very cautious. And he should think that I love him, I respect him, I'm a very, very dedicated follower. And what was, towards the end, when Brabantio realizes that his daughter is not inside, she has already run away she has eloped with Othello. Well, he says, now, this should not have happened. I should have married her to you, because he feels very, very outraged. He feels very, very angry. He's very, very upset at the inter-caste, the inter-religious, the inter-racial marriage, the mixed marriage. He never encourages, because his daughter, a white, marrying a black man, a Negro, no. So he feels very, very outraged. This is the scene. Is it clear? So the first scene is very, very important. In Shakespeare, the opening scene is very, very important, because here the opening scene introduces all the major characters. The title of the play is Othello. So Othello is introduced, and the heroine is Desdemona. Heroine is introduced. The villain is Iago. The villain is introduced. Then there is Rodrigo. Then there is Brabantio. Then there is Cassius. So all the major characters are introduced. Remember, as far as a Shakespearean tragedy is concerned, in a Shakespearean tragedy, in a major Shakespearean tragedy, well, the hero is a single star. So here, Othello is a single star, not two. We don't find two equally important persons, because it is a single star, and the tragedy occurs to the single star and the Othello, and his tragedy, the tragedy that befalls, the tragedy that happens to Othello, the star, the hero, it affects the entire state. The entire state is going to be affected. So we know that, Venice, whatever happens to Othello well, it adversely affects the state also, the nation also. Well, in the the first, see, as far as the opening scene is concerned, I have given some questions here. So this is the synopsis of the first scene. The play Othello begins on a street in Venice. Rodrigo and Iago are engrossed in an argument. They are involved in an argument. Rodrigo has been giving money to Iago to help him in his suit to Desdemona, but useless, in vain. Now he has learned that Desdemona has married Othello, the general whom Iago serves as an ancient എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ കൊടി പിടിക്കുന്നയാളാണ്, flag bearer. Iago is angry about both the marriage of Othello and that Cassio has been promoted as Othello's lieutenant instead of Iago. He says that he merely pretends to serve Othello. He advises Rodrigo to spoil Othello's happiness, pleasures in marriage. They decide to wake up Brabantio by shouting at his window. The two men cry out loudly that Brabantio has been robbed by thieves. Iago tells him in crude language, in very bad language, that Othello is enjoying marital pleasures, sexual pleasures with his daughter. They are what he says is they are making a beast with the two backs. He also makes sure to let Brabantio know that Othello is black. Brabantio begins to search for his daughter and finds that she has left him. He says that his daughter has been stolen by magic, by magical charms. No, it is he never believes. Brabantio never believes that she has gone out of her own will. Well, it must be because of some magic. Seeing the instant success of his plan, Iago leaves Rodrigo alone and goes away to attend on Othello. Later, Brabantio and Rodrigo, they set off to find Othello. I have given the meaning here. Then short answer questions. There are 10 questions. 2 paragraph questions are here. One is about a Shakespearean tragedy. If a paragraph question is asked, what is a Shakespearean tragedy? Well, there are 3 points. Number 1, a Shakespearean tragedy, the 4 great tragedies are Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, and Macbeth. The tragedy is a single star because there's a single hero, that is Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, Macbeth. The story leads up to and includes the death of the hero. And usually the hero is a person of high degree, a prince, a king, a military general. Here in Othello, Othello is a military general. And what happens? They are going to suffer very, very greatly. And their suffering of the hero is going to affect the entire state, the entire community, the entire nation. The tragic hero is an exceptional nature. Well, there is a flaw, there is a defect. His character has a defect. Here, what happens is, in Othello, he is very, very credulous. He easily believes what others tell him. Iago is going to tell him that his wife is having relations. His wife sleeps with the Cassio. And he produces, he convinces this matter in such a manner that Othello strongly believes Iago, believes what Iago tells him. He becomes jealous, very credulous and very jealous. And at the end, he murders her, he kills her. So this is his problem. This is the tragic flaw, the special, exceptional nature of his character. The tragic hero has an exceptional nature, an obsession called tragic flaw, which attains in him a terrible force. And his action issues out of his character. And destiny, remember destiny, Vithi, that plays a very important role in Shakespeare's character, in Shakespeare's tragedies. It places him in just those circumstances and situations which he is incapable of dealing with. Well, because he's put in such situations, such unavoidable situations, that the tragedy naturally occurs. So the flaws, the defect in the character becomes very, very fatal for the hero, only in the peculiar circumstances. So this is about a paragraph question about a Shakespearean tragedy. And then the significance of the opening scene, we have already discussed that. ഇത് ഒന്ന് വായിച്ചിട്ട് വരിക. ഇത് തന്നെ ഞാൻ I have given as 2 essays. That is, write an essay on Shakespearean tragedy. The 3 things, the 3 points are: number 1, he's a single star; number 2, the exceptional nature; number 3, well, the role of fate or destiny. Now, significance of the opening scene. The play begins on the street, and the story in brief is given. The opening scene introduces the key elements. We know the theme. We know what is going to happen because the topic is introduced. The theme is introduced, and we are going to we know that there is a lot of difference between Desdemona and Othello. The racial difference is already there, and the difference between the white and the black. And so in the first scene, we understand, we know the language that Iago speaks to refer to Othello is, animal words. And finally, the rejection and revenge. So Iago hates Othello for several reasons. Number 1, he has passed him over in the promotion to the post of lieutenant. Number 1. Number 2, the racial problem is there. That is there, behind, underneath all these things. That is very, very psychological. So Barbary horse, Genets, your daughter is making a beast with the 2 bags. All these references. So this is the significance of the opening scene. You read the text well, you read the short answer questions, read the 2 paragraph questions, and also you read the essays. ഇത് നല്ലവണ്ണം നാളെ ഒന്ന് വായിച്ചിട്ട് വരിക. റെഡിയല്ലേ?